Welcome to another installment of This Is Not Normal on the Political Drain podcast with Drill Sergeant Doug, aka Admin Doug, a U.S. Army veteran, teacher, musician, and family man from Jamaica, now fights for justice and democracy through commentary and humor. Follow him on YouTube at Political Drain and at Sons of Liberty Official as Drill Sergeant, aka Admin Doug, continues to protect our freedoms.
What's up, YouTube? Drill Sergeant here, and this is a story I was contemplating whether or not I wanted to wait till I got home to make a big production out of it, or if I just couldn't hold my anger against this traitorous, this leech, this orange, bizarro character who these fools elected into office. And it turns out I just can't hold the anger in. I cannot wait until home, so I'm just gonna do a little something here. It starts off like this. The number of dead who came home from a war in a casket, in a pine box, with an American flag draped over it. The number of those people somehow decreased by 4. And when I tell you why, of course that's why. Listen to this first, we'll talk about it.
We're going to talk about why Trump removed names of the fallen after using them as props. In a move that I actually thought was satire when I first saw it. Sometime between Wednesday and Thursday, the Trump administration removed 4 service members from the list of those lost in his Iran operation. For some reason, the number was brought down to 14 instead of 18. Obviously, it made people curious. Military officials reportedly told the press, quote, "One reason behind the change was that the Trump administration decided to remove 4 service members killed this past weekend from the list." I'm pausing here to highlight that the decision came from, quote, "the Trump administration." They went on, quote, "Because their deaths occurred after President Trump declared a ceasefire in the war in April."
After I declared a ceasefire, they died. So we don't count them as soldiers anymore. What does that mean? Does that mean that it's their fault? I mean, I declared a ceasefire. There's no reason why they should be dying, except when you die at wartime is because you were shot by the other people. Right? Right? You sit here and denigrate the name of people who are going to fight your elected war for you. You blame their death on somehow they didn't listen to you when you said ceasefire, as if it wasn't the enemy that killed them. It's their fault. Or maybe it was something that, of course, he would do that. Because this is what happens when you elect someone who cheats at golf in front of the people who he's playing with. This is how he treats life. Your life, not his. It was said that when he hit a ball and it was close to the hole, he would just knock it in and say, oh, it would have gone in anyway. And instead of doing a second putt, he hit a ball and it was close, he would just knock it in and say, well, you know what, instead of doing that other next putt, just put it in there. I would have made that. This is how this absolute gorilla, this indecent thing, treats life. He tells you, go there, fight the war. Don't count those 4. It was supposed to be a ceasefire anyway. Don't count those 4. How many others has he discounted because of some frivolous rule he made up on the spot? How many others do you think have been discounted? Think this is the first 4? You really think it's only 20 dead? 18 dead? You really think that? I don't know why. Iran is smart enough to realize that that's not the case. They are, as a matter of fact, listen, before I let you listen to the rest of this, I need you to understand the whole point of this video. The whole point is that we knew this about him. You know that he's not just a narcissist, but that his ego is so fragile that in a game like golf where you are supposed to rule yourself, he openly cheats and says, I would have done it anyway. He never takes responsibility. It was their fault. I told him to do it like this. He will not listen to anybody who knows what they're doing, and then when he messes up, he blames it on the people who told him that it wouldn't work. And when you die, when your life is lost because of a war that he started, because he was best friends with a war criminal who told him that he could make a lot of money if he did it. And he would be a hero. When you went to war for that guy, for that thing, and you die, he can just say, it wouldn't have really mattered anyway. It wasn't really on my watch. I called a ceasefire. Don't include them. You're not a human being. You're a number. You're an ant. You're a cockroach. All of you. And you stupid MAGA sycophants don't realize that. You're a nothing. You're usable. That's why he's constantly scamming you, taking all your money, even though he's been made a billionaire over and over again while in office, which is illegal. Listen to the rest of this, and we'll cut it here.
Went on, quote, because their deaths occurred after President Trump declared a ceasefire in the war in April. Well, then I guess Trump's declared ceasefire was an absolute failure then, wasn't it? A Pentagon spokesperson denied all of this and said it was because of temporary data disruptions. Sure, that's how it works.
That's how that works.
Look, Trump sent them over to stop a weapons program U.S. intel said doesn't exist without adequate air defense. Then, once they were lost, stood there at a dignified transfer, called them heroes, claimed they all supported his war, saying, quote, all of them said very strongly that we can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
That part. You never spoke to those people in your life. You fucking moron. You have no idea. You don't even know their names. They all said, all 18 of them, before I blew them up, all of them said, we can't let Iran have a nuclear weapon. The same way he treats his sons, his daughter, who he lusts after, it's all just one big me party. The same way he lied on Lindsey Graham. Are you kidding me? This guy is so sick. You see that he doesn't care about the troops. He just lied on them. They all came with tears in their eyes. He's a cheater. He's a cheater who does not care about your life. And the minute you die, he'll lie on you and use you. Because it doesn't matter to him.
And then, once the photo op was over, removed their names and adjusted the toll. If the administration put as much into protecting the troops it sends into harm's way as it does protecting Trump's ego, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Right.
The obvious question is why? The answer is probably what we talked about earlier this week. Trump made this gross little post bragging about what he thought was a low number of people lost in his war when compared to Vietnam and Afghanistan.
She goes on to say, in Iran, they can use this or are using it to say They're destroying Americans. They're killing them all. And they can use that lie, his ego, his inability to be a professional, a leader, a president, and only a con man and a grifter and a carnival barker, like he's always been, a loser, a failure. His inability to be anything other than that has given them ammunition to say, well, we're killing this many. We're destroying all the Americans. If you don't have to believe the numbers that they're telling you, because we just proved to you that they mess with those. Thanks for that, Trump. You doing this now gives them the permission to say, well, we've killed millions. We've killed hundreds. It's already proven that they lower the numbers to fool those stupid Americans. Everything about this is bad. And the most important part about it is you fools who let him in, who thought that grab him by the P word, and the fact that he cheats openly at golf in front of golfers, and cheats on his wife in front of his wife. You thought that someone like that God is gonna use. And when he gets there, it's no longer the golf that he's cheating on and fudging the numbers to look good. It's human lives. Anybody heard from FEMA lately? There's been a lot of floods, tornadoes, droughts, natural disasters. Anybody seen them in Kentucky? If it's not on the scoreboard, it doesn't exist. Even if I made up the number myself, that's who you elected, and that's who he told you he was. It's your fault. And now we have to deal with the indignity of this. When we knew this is what he was, so did you, idiots.
That was the Political Drain podcast, which can be heard on www.groovechillradio.com/political-drain and can be viewed on the Political Drain YouTube channel anytime. Once again, thank you for listening to Groove Chill as we resist fascism in any form, pursue democracy, peace, and love.